Next, let's get into speaking of Disney and Pixar things. I think the topic everybody's sort of been waiting for. The Giants' promotional schedule for this season includes a Mickey Mouse ears hat giveaway for the first 15,000 fans in attendance when they host the Dodgers at Oracle Park on Sunday, June 30th. Surely just a coincidence, I'm assuming. And I guess it should also be noted that the game is also Disneyland Day for the Giants. And so, Blake, there are a few different angles we can take with this, but let's start with the obvious question. Is this a troll of the Giants and their 2020? Are the Giants trolling the Dodgers and their 2020 World Series win?
I'm gonna say no, but part of me hopes it's yes, just because that's fun. Baseball should be fun. The Giants don't have much else going for them right now, so get your fans happy and excited with the trolling. I'm all for those kind of rivalry things. But to add some context to this for people who don't know, I'll throw it out there that basically fans on social media call the 2020 World Series a Mickey Mouse trophy, saying it's not real. And it partly started because when the Lakers won their championship, they were playing at Disney World. So it turned into it was a Mickey Mouse championship, and then the World Series was a Mickey Mouse World Series. So it's just kind of the joke of it's not a real World Series, it doesn't count, which is why this is notable. So I see why people would say it's the Giants trolling the Dodgers, and I could totally see it, but I still feel like it was kind of a coincidence. I'm not sure Disney would want their names tied to a joke necessarily if they were allowing that kind of thing. The Giants still have to get the rights from Disney to do these promotional days. So, I mean, I just don't see it really being that's the reason, but it could be. And I think it would be funny if it was, just because it's good for baseball when fan bases have some trolling against each other.
I'm not going to lie. I'm a little surprised by your answer. I think this is relatively clear, lighthearted trolling by the Giants. I've seen, I think if you look at just the Dodgers promotional schedule in years past, they had Japanese Heritage Night this past season when the Dodgers were playing the Angels at Dodger Stadium. And obviously, Ohtani was on the Angels at the time. And so, and they've done, Trey Turner bobblehead when I think the Phillies were in town, and they've done, maybe a Freddie Freeman giveaway when I think his first bobblehead might have been during the Brave series. And so I think teams marketing departments do sort of align things this way. And I'm not saying that there's, hatred behind it by any means, but I do think that it was certainly more than just a coincidence by the Giants to do this on a day that they're playing the Dodgers. To your point about the whole, it's a Mickey Mouse championship ring and it doesn't count and this and that and all the other different things that I know you and I have seen just in running the website, and a lot of our viewers have had to endure and come across in different tweets and stuff. I still, especially when we've seen it from Padres fans, when they won their wild card series, I forgot who they beat in 2020 to advance to the NLDS to play the Dodgers. Their fans, and there were videos documenting this, celebrated in Gaslamp and outside Petco Park like it was a full blown parade. Look, fine, like they were excited that the Padres advanced to the NLDS. Okay, fine. But then the minute they get swept out of the playoffs, then all of a sudden, it was a short season and this wasn't a real playoff and this and that. And it's like, well, wait a minute. You guys were just celebrating. The Braves, they were up 3-1 in the NLCS. And had they won that series and gone on to win the World Series, they would be celebrating their championship. But they ended up losing to the Dodgers, obviously. And the Dodgers going to win the World Series. And we get Braves fans telling us, it's not a real ring. It's not a real World Series. And so I think, and it's like you said, it's happened on the Lakers side too. But then you have, with the NBA specifically, players who have come out and said that was the hardest playoff run that they've been part of just because of the circumstances. There was so much uncertainty in the world. These guys are worried about their families beyond sports and stuff like that. And then, they're restricted to just sort of one area and having to live under, some pretty strict guidelines at the time just to try to keep everybody safe. But anyway, I think the whole Mickey Mouse thing, excluding the Giants doing the promotional, is played out. It's a tired, not excuse, but claim. But yeah, back to the Giants specifically. I think that this was intentional on their part, and it's fine. I'm not saying Dodger fans need to be mad at it. Whatever. I think it's fine. Honestly, the The bigger issue I have with this is that they scheduled a Disneyland day. So let's remove like the teams and history involved. Like, what about the Giants doing that? Like, because it's the theme park isn't exactly close to San Francisco.
Yeah, that was shocking to me too. I don't know what the reasoning behind there is. Like, I know teams always do Star Wars Day and Marvel Day, and like that makes sense. They're big fan bases, and you get those fans everywhere across the world. But Disneyland Day, like that should be Anaheim and LA mostly. Like San Francisco isn't Southern California. You don't get those perks like we do there. So I don't know what they're thinking there or what they're doing. I guess it makes sense for Disneyland to get some extra money and marketing from it, but for the Giants, like it just doesn't make sense. It's not really connected. It would be like the Dodgers holding Ghirardelli Day or something like that. Like there's just no connection there.
Ghirardelli though is very good chocolate and like hot chocolate, so I would get behind that one if they did decide to do it. I'll say that. So maybe I'll be a little bit of a hypocrite uh, there. So anyway, I have seen some comments, people saying, not a whole lot of anger towards the Giants for doing the Mickey Mouse ears giveaway, but what do you guys think about the Disneyland day? Here's a question from. I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce your name, so I apologize. But who cares about Disneyland Day in baseball? Uh, Blake, or can you answer this?
I mean, I like Disneyland and I still think it's a little weird. Like, I don't see the connection for it, especially like I get it for the Angels. The Dodgers could stretch it. I just don't get it for the Giants. And like, yeah, it's a promotional day. They're supposed to be fun and everything, but there's just no real connection with the Giants and Disneyland. So I don't get it. I don't know. It's weird to me, but I'm not gonna like lose sleep or be happy over it either way. So it's just what it is.
Yeah, that's a great way of putting it. I think maybe we'll have to look into having you cover that game up there to see what it fully entails and what they. I mean, I don't know. Like, is Mickey Mouse going to be there or something? But anyway,
I made the joke on Twitter. It's because the Giants finally got a big name to join their team with Mickey entering the public domain. They've been searching for the last few years, and they got their guy now. So Mickey starting against the Dodgers that day.
yeah, there you go. All right, let's move on to. Go
How
ahead.
about some ideas for how the Dodgers control the Giants? Maybe like giving seagulls to seats instead of fans. That would be a good one. Promotional day. Any other ideas from the chat?
Yeah, we'll have to see. Yeah, if you have any ideas for Blake, throw them in the chat, and we'll get to them as we kind of move on. So.